Labour MP Jeevan Sandha recently made headlines after suggesting that flying the British flag and expressing national pride is somehow weird and strange. Think about that. A sitting member of parliament, elected to represent this country, openly questioning why anyone would feel pride in its symbols, its history, or its identity. We'll dive into this story in today's video, but before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Right now, only 12% of viewers are subscribed, so join the community and help us grow. Now let's be clear, this isn't just one MP going off script. It speaks to a much deeper mindset within sections of the Labour Party, particularly those influenced by Fabian thinking. For those unfamiliar, the Fabian Society has long advocated for gradual ideological transformation, not through open revolution, but through slow erosion of traditional structures. Family, capitalism, nationhood, and yes, identity, their emblem, a wolf in sheep's clothing, a symbol that doesn't exactly hide its intent, to present one face in public while pursuing something entirely different behind the scenes. So when a Labour MP mocks patriotism, when they label flying your national flag as strange, it's not just about personal opinion. It's part of a broader trend, one where anything traditionally British is seen as something to dismantle, erase, or apologise for. We're told that national pride is outdated, that borders are barriers, that British history should be buried, not honoured. And all the while, these voices push for a model of society that's more globalist, more socialist, and entirely disconnected from the values that built this country in the first place. This isn't about party politics anymore, it's about preserving what's left of British identity in the face of those who seem determined to tear it down, brick by brick, flag by flag. Because if flying your own country's flag on your own soil is now considered controversial, then maybe it's time we start asking, whose country is this becoming? Have a watch of this.
It's time to take down the lamppost flags. I'm here on Epinal Way. There are flags hanging from almost every single lamppost. Now look, I love our flag. My wife wore that flag when she served in the British Army. I see flags flying proudly from flagpoles from public buildings. I see it when the England football team plays. And I don't think about those flags very much, actually. They're just there, it's quite nice. And yet here I am, with flags flying from almost every single lamppost. They're getting a bit tatty. The cable ties are coming loose. They could blow off in the wind. And then I see flags painted on roundabouts. And that is just a bit weird. And you know, because you've seen it online and I see it in my inbox, that this does make people feel uneasy. And they ask, what message are these flags supposed to be sending? Now look, I'll take people at their words. People who say this is about national pride. I'm proud of my country too, and I'm proud of our flag. But I do understand why others feel that it's about excluding people. Why others feel that it's about saying who belongs here and who doesn't. We're one British people. We're proud of our country. We should be standing together underneath our flag, not some of us looking up with unease. That's not the British way. Standing together, not standing apart. That's what being British is about. Unity, decency, determination, having a pint, a cup of tea, supporting the English football team, and sometimes they win. That's what being British is about. And that's why today I'll be asking the Reform County Council to take down the flags from the lampposts. They have said it is illegal. It is also a safety hazard. It's time to take down the lamppost flags.
When an elected MP scoffs at the sight of the British flag and labels patriotism weird, it's not just a slip of the tongue, it's a glimpse into an ideology that's quietly working to unravel everything that holds this country together. This isn't about flags, it's about identity, pride, and the right to honour the nation that gave us our freedoms, our culture, and our way of life. If raising your flag makes you the target of mockery from your own politicians, then it's clear the attack on Britishness isn't accidental, it's deliberate. And if we don't push back now, proudly, unapologetically, we may soon find ourselves strangers in a country that no longer dares to stand for itself. Because once the flag goes, everything else follows. In other news, Nigel Farage has reignited a fierce debate over education and political influence in British schools, accusing teachers of poisoning our kids by promoting what he described as divisive and anti-British ideas. Speaking during a question and answer session at Hillsdale College, a private Christian institution in Michigan, the Reform UK leader painted a bleak picture of the current education system, one he claims is instilling shame and resentment among pupils rather than pride and unity. Farage alleged that young children are being taught to see themselves through the lens of race and victimhood, claiming, "They are telling little Johnny, who's 8, who is black, that he is a victim, and little Oliver, who is white, who is 8, that he is an oppressor." He argued that this form of teaching is dividing us, not uniting us, and insisted that the country's education sector has become an ideological battleground. The former UK APL leader, who now heads the fast-rising Reform UK party, went further by predicting that a Reform victory at the next general election would provoke a teachers' strike very quickly. While Reform has yet to publish a detailed education policy, Farage's comments suggest the party is preparing a radical shake-up of the system. He told attendees that reforming Britain's schools would require a Herculean effort, describing it as a long-term mission rather than a quick fix. "We can't do it in 6 months or a year," he said. "It will take us years to turn this around." Farage also used his speech to criticize younger generations, describing millennials as absolutely hopeless, while expressing cautious optimism about Gen Z, who he said were more open to critical thinking. His remarks, however, drew swift condemnation from the National Education Union. Its General Secretary, Daniel Kebede, dismissed the comments as dog whistle politics, likening Farage's rhetoric to that of US President Donald Trump. "I think that's grossly irresponsible," Kebede said. "I don't, and nor does my union, nor does the teaching profession, push critical race theory." He's suggesting that, should he become Prime Minister, he would sell out our public services, including education. He would be a disaster for education, and children. Farage, in turn, has previously branded Kebede a self-declared Marxist, accusing him of wanting to poison children's minds with anti-British sentiment. The Reform UK leader has long been critical of what he sees as a culture of ideological bias in public institutions, particularly in schools, the civil service, and the BBC. His appearance at Hillsdale College, an institution known for its conservative Christian values and emphasis on classical education, was framed as part of a broader fightback against progressive teaching in Western societies. Praising the college for offering free courses focused on literature, theology, and political philosophy, Farage said such models represented a return to the principles of liberty and moral education. Meanwhile, Reform UK's political momentum continues to grow. A recent Find Out Now poll placed the party at 32%, ahead of Labour and the Conservatives. Despite a modest Tory rebound, climbing to 17% from a dismal 3%, the poll still projects a disastrous outcome for both major parties. Reform's current support would translate into a commanding 391 seats in Parliament, while Labour would fall to just 50. The Liberal Democrats would hold steady on 72, leaving the Conservatives languishing with only 27. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.